really mathematical, but there is a kind of visual algorithm that suggests itself, that the work implies, and then we respond to it instinctively, you know, because you move these around and all of a sudden you're into another place, and that's enough to keep me going. It gets me out of bed in the morning just to see what it's going to do. It's called attack. It's attack. It's like when I play guitar, it has attack.
Yes.
You know. So I want to generate concepts of attack in the digital space. And so by thinking about it, possibly I will.
Yes.
But I am coming up with something, you know. So. The 135, I was telling Thierry that the 135 is on a rangefinder is kind of difficult to use because nobody's going to, in their right mind, is going to put a 135 on a rangefinder. But I can do it. I'm finding that there's a world out there. There's a distance to the world out there that I had never previously considered as harboring visual potential, you know, content. So.
Where is this, in California? Or?
Yeah, in Palm Springs.
This is New York.
Yeah, very New York, Upper East Side.
And this one with the clouds, where's that?
That's just a block from here. That's a hotel that I walk by every day. I'll tell you a great story. So I was friends with Cartier-Bresson, and so we were talking about color. I was working on Burgundy. He says, lorsqu'il s'agit de couleur, je suis un nain, mais vous êtes même plus petite. He said, when it comes to color, I'm just a dwarf, but you're even smaller. I'm trying to get satisfaction. And as we know, in any addictive substance, it gets harder and harder to get satisfaction. You need a bigger dose. And so I have to make more and more pictures and play more and more music. So. Make a good affiche.
Yes, I think so.
That you've got room for typography without, you know.
This would too, but it's probably not as representative as the rest of the work.
No.
But it would, in another show, it would make a...
Yeah, because any typeface that you put is going to work with that.
Yeah.
Any font.
Not as much with something else.
Yeah. So you have an easy solution there.
I like that one too.
Agathe said to me, because we talked a lot about you and she really likes you, and she said to me, you know, Ralph is the only one, when he does digital, he does not try to mimic argentic.
Yeah,
you know.
no, absolutely.
And this is true here too.
You have to find out.
It's a new language.
What is the language of digital? And you know, I know that there's an organic component to digital. There has to be. Just like there was this film. When I developed film, I'd imagine, or I'd expose the film, I imagine the light coming in, going through the emulsion. And when I develop, I imagine the emulsion getting soft and the silver turning black.
We are on the edge of abstraction and
reality.
You know, and I think this is right on the edge too.
If we say Ralph Gibson vertical landscape, the paysage vertical, or you say landscape?
Yeah, well, I think we could
say it in English.
Yes, we could.
Because one of the things is that when I tell somebody I'm working on a project called vertical landscape, people say, "What is that?"
It's like almost an oxymoron. You say oxymoron?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like giant shrimp.